Hey, welcome to Screen Peek, your new favorite video game weekly podcast. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about the big problem that all of us gamers have. It's our backlog. We all have one. It somehow continues to grow. But in today's episode, my co host and I, we are going to be breaking down our top three backlog games that are high on our list of next to play that we're just itching to get done and to whittle down that list just a little bit more. So stick around with us and we'll get right into it. All right, before we jump into the video and discuss our backlogs, some introductions are in order. He's the reason why this video exists today. He's been sick at home, sick as a dog, coughing, sneezing. That's why he's off camera. Apparently became an OBS sponsor overnight because not only is he sick, his webcam's off. He turned on his computer, his webcam, and there's a OBS. I don't know what's going on, but it's my co-host Nick. How you feeling, buddy? Where you been?
I'm surviving, man. I am. Listen. I care so much about this podcast, and I care so much about our viewers, especially you, Emmett. All right, especially you, man. That I crawled out of bed to record with Marco today.
You know, we do it for the fans, and this is the reason for the video. We were thinking about video ideas, and I said, well, since you're sick, what was the best thing we used to do as kids on a sick day? And that was definitely play video games. And as adults, when we get a sick day from work, you get to stay home, recover a little bit, you get some soup. But the best thing about a sick day is starting to whittle down a little bit about that backlog. So that's the topic of today's video. So we could get right into it. We are going to break down our top three items on our backlog. Not only are we going to discuss why it's on our backlog and why we want to beat it next, but we're also going to commit to each other and to our viewers. When will we aim to beat these games? Just so we can say we got that backlog down just a little bit.
Damn, that was a curveball, Marco. I mean, you didn't tell me about that, man.
We're committing live, and so for your list, I need you to think about some dates. I need hard dates, Nick.
All right.
And so with that, I'm going to jump right into you. What is the first game on your ever-growing backlog? But what's the first game that's going to come off of that backlog and that you're going to beat next?
Yeah, no, when we talked about this video idea, the first game that came to mind is actually a game that I bought very recently on the last Steam sale. It's called Kentucky Route Zero. It's been a game that I've been wanting to play for the longest time. Looking at the screenshots, at the videos, it's just a vibe to me. And Kentucky Route Zero is best described as an interactive work of, I guess, magical realism disguised as a point-and-click adventure, which, to me, I'm not gonna lie, and Marco knows this very well, I have terrible gaming ADD, and I don't finish games often, and
That's how the backlog grows, my man.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it grows, and I need a game that is a little bit shorter. I think Kentucky Route Zero is not super long. I just Googled it. It takes about 9 hours to beat the main story. So,
it's actually longer than I thought it would take. But
yeah, I thought it would be like 5 or 6 hours,
yeah.
And 9 hours isn't too bad. So. Yeah, you've heard of Kentucky Route Zero before, right?
I've played Kentucky Route Zero, and I'll be honest, like I could not get into it. I played for maybe like an hour and a half, and it was not my jam. So it is not on my personal backlog because I think I took my chance with it, and it wasn't for me. But I do agree though, like when it comes to tackling the backlog, you need a quick win sometimes just to get the motivation going. I feel like starting with those shorter single player games that you could like bang out under 10 hours, like kind of gets that snowball effect growing. So even though that game is not my cup of tea, I know it's your cup of tea.
Yeah.
I do think it's something to get the ball rolling, as they say.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that you didn't enjoy it because I feel like, I mean, just knowing that you play like the Edith Finch game and games like that, like I know you. I mean, I
feel like
thought it would be
that
your
game
vibe.
didn't have enough gameplay to like it very much more as a point and click. So like I like a little more point and click with like a little bit more action and things
Okay.
going on. Like I love the Telltale type point. To me, those are point and clicks in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kentucky Route Zero was like, and I don't remember. I don't think there's voice acting if I remember. So it was like very text based. Like click here, you're looking at an overworld map. Drive here, drive there. And it was just, it was again. The older I get, the sleepier I get. And if it's not like capturing that ADD, spiking my dopamine right away, like I'm falling asleep, and it's just not for me.
That's an interesting take, honestly, and an interesting point for me because I've lately been doing a little more gaming on my Steam Deck in bed. I've been playing Vampire Survivors, but this might be
perfect for a Steam Deck.
Yeah, exactly. And this game might be a good, before bed, like maybe it'll put me to sleep.
No, honestly, yeah, it is. I do think it actually is a good Steam Deck, like lounging on a couch, like bed type situation. So yeah, no, I think that's a good first choice.
Yeah. What's on your list, man?
I'm gonna cheat a little bit with a quick bonus, but then I'll go right into my number one because my bonus one I don't feel like it's fully in my backlog because I feel like I'm just in the middle of playing it. It's still too new, but it does lend into my first one. So I still have yet to beat 007 First Light. It came out May 27th, so about I guess technically 2 months ago now. But I feel like 2 months is not old enough to be like, oh, it's on the backlog. Like I just it's put to the side, but I'm like maybe like 30% through. So I commit to completing 007 First Light by Labor Day. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. You didn't say when you're gonna try to beat Kentucky.
All right, listen.
9 hours.
As you know, I started playing Darker and Darker, which is that's kind of my multiplayer game.
He's already starting with excuses. This is game one. 10 minutes into the video. 10 minutes into the video. He's already...
Hunters is coming out in 2 days. Man, no, is it 2 days? I think it's tomorrow. Is tomorrow? No, Thursday. Yeah, it comes out Thursday.
Time of recording is Tuesday, July 28th.
Yeah.
Probably posting on Wednesday the 29th. But continue. 2 days from post.
I tell you what, I'm gonna commit to the Labor Day. I mean, it's 9 hours. That's not giving me ample time. Between work, between taking care of my kid, between being sick, I think that's ample time for me to finish this game. Or, you know what? I'll even say this: I'll give it 4 hours, and if I don't like it, then I'm gonna just drop and move on to my next game.
All right. First commitment is on the board. You mentioned Mistfall. We'll save it for the end. We'll announce some quick stream details about that, but we'll save it towards the end, so stick around for that. But all right, first commitment on the board, Labor Day. Nick beats Kentucky Route Zero. I'm committing to beating 007 First Light also by Labor Day, and leaning right into James Bond, super charismatic guy, big intellectual property, right? Big movie franchise. There's another game that checks all of those boxes, and I have yet to play, even though I was super excited for it when it came out. And that is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Originally an Xbox exclusive. Came out in December of 24, I think, at this point. So I'm pretty late to the party on beating this one. And I gotta say, I did give it, I think I was probably like 3 hours in, 3.5 hours in, and I put the game down for a very weird reason. And that was because I took a break from the game for like a week or 2 weeks. And when I came back to it, I forgot all the controls. And for whatever reason,
I hate when that happens, man.
I couldn't figure out what the hell to do. And like, I don't know if anyone who's played Indiana Jones in the comments like felt this problem, but like, so far it was really good. But like, the menu system in that game was so clunky. And like, I was just like fiddling around with the controls and like even getting around like climbing stuff. Indy like kept falling in like one of the first main areas, and like I just couldn't like grab a damn ledge. And I remember turning it off. I was like, I need to step away, and then I never came back to it. And it's been on my mind. And my wife reminded, she's like, she was seeing my game library. She's like, when are you gonna finish Indiana Jones? I wanted to watch that. So I'm like, all right, now I gotta finish it.
So two things, right? I have that same exact predicament for 007. I keep wanting to go back, but then, you know, I'm not sure how far.
Weird controls too.
It's got kind of weird controls, but more so like you have more gadgets. So then like utilizing a different gadget, and then you just forget because it's been like a month and a half, and then it's like you don't want to restart the game.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of in that predicament.
And honestly, both those games, like besides what I mentioned, like, you know, big movie, intellectual property, like both are similar in the sense of like stealth in both of those games is heavily involved. And like it's one of those things where it's like if you press the wrong button, you're doing something you totally intended not to do. Like there's been so many times in 007 I'm like, I want to hack this device. Oops, I just poisoned the guy. Like, so many times it's already happened, and I'm like just reloading checkpoint. So yeah, hopefully I get through 007. Indy, I'll probably there's so many big single player games coming out. I think I might cheat for a lot of these and say like I'll give myself till December 31st, but just to make it, I'm gonna try to beat Indy before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out. So before November 19th is my commitment.
I think that's a solid commitment, and I was actually gonna say I'm surprised as an Xbox fan you didn't play Indiana Jones.
I know it's just fun. Look, the backlog ever grows, but no, it's.
That's how we get. That's how we get to make videos like this, you know.
Exactly. That's right. Content.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, what's your number 2?
Yeah, my number 2 on the list. I don't think I've talked about this game with you before. This game's a classic. This game everyone knows, and I'm probably gonna get destroyed in the comments for not playing this game. I'm gonna go with not the new one, but the first iteration of the Doom remake.
So, bro, what?
Yeah, so what is that? Doom 2016?
2016? Doom 2016?
Yep. I have this game in my Steam library since forever.
10 years.
Yeah, exactly. And I just listen, when it comes to boomer shooters, man, I don't know what it is, but I just can't really get into them. It feels too easy at times, but lately...
Whoa. Doom, though, like, you got cranked. Put that thing on hard mode, and you come back to this podcast, and you tell me if you think it's easy.
I absolutely will play on the hardest difficulty it will allow me, and I might even stream it. But this game, I think lately, I've seen more indie boomer shooters, and it's kind of piqued my... Yeah, it's piqued my interest in this genre, and I want to revisit these games because I was never a big fan of boomer shooters, but you know what? I haven't played Doom. I'm going to add it to my list, and I'll commit to beating it by GTA release, and you know, even though I won't be playing GTA on release because I don't have a console, but
it's a good line in the sand.
Yeah, it's a good line in the sand for sure.
This is probably a hot take. Of the trilogy, of the new trilogy, I think I like Doom 2016 the most. I know everyone's favorite is Doom Eternal, so I know that's a hot take. And honestly, Doom Eternal I think is easily the hardest of the trilogy.
Yeah,
if you beat Doom 2016 and you like it, you should probably just beat the trilogy because it is a very good trilogy. But I want you to come back. If you're playing on hard mode, you come back and play Doom Eternal. I want to know what you think about the Marauders in those games, and because that's where you start pulling your hair out, is when you fight one Marauder on like the hardest difficulty. Dude, it's infuriating, that game.
Yeah. I've heard many good things about this trilogy. I have the first 2 games, so who knows? If I enjoy Doom, I might just move on to Doom Eternal right away. So
yeah. And actually, another sidebar shout out on that game, because I feel like with those boomer shooters, like you just get into a rhythm with those games. It is very much like you can run through them, and when you get into the swing of things, like you know,
Dude,
15 hours just feels like 7
I
with
I
those.
yeah, and I've seen like the speed runs, like, games done
Yeah,
quick.
no, it's
It's insane. I'm like, man, absolutely insane. It looks so fun. So yeah, I'm excited.
and if you like them, highly recommend the game Metal Hellsinger. Honestly, one of my favorite boomer shooters of the last came out, I think 3 years ago now, maybe. It's all like heavy metal music, and you have
Yeah.
to like fire to the beat of the music.
Oh
That
yeah.
game was so good. I actually
I have it.
probably think that game is better than Doom. So
Really? Okay, maybe I'll add it to the list.
dude, I mean, I'm a heavy metal fan. I don't know if I've ever talked about that before, but I do like heavy metal, and there's some great music in that game. Metal Hellsinger was so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 game, Nick. What is one of the main reasons to complete a why? What's a key motivation for taking a game off your backlog for you? Let's just like what's the first reason that comes to mind?
Bro, is this a trick question? I'm sick, man.
No,
I got the brain fog.
No, it's not. It's what is like why tackle a backlog? First reason.
Well, I don't want to feel like I'm wasting my money, but I think the main reason for me when it comes to games and backlogs is, sorry, give me one sec. Is I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on some of the best games out there, but also I want the satisfaction of completing a game. I don't know if that's the point. I don't know if that's what you're trying to drive home here, but at least that's what it is for me.
That's a solid, philosophical answer. You want the sheer victory of completing something, yada yada. I'll give you the true utilitarian answer.
Let's hear it. All right, what is it?
You gotta get something off the backlog so you can clear off some hard drive space, so you can fill it with more games. And what's one of the best ways to clear some hard drive space?
Okay.
Is to beat a big meaty RPG.
Oh, I know where this is
things.
Going. I don't
know if you know, because there's a lot I could have put in this slot here. There's at least 3 or 4 games I was gonna put in this slot.
Can I take a guess?
I'll give you 2 guesses.
Well, my first guess is going to be Baldur's Gate 3, and for you listeners out there, Marco was literally crashing out like yesterday trying to make room in his hard drive because we were trying to figure things out, and he's like, man, Baldur's Gate is taking up half my hard drive. Gotta find space.
It's not Baldur's Gate because after yesterday's conversation, I did delete Baldur's Gate, but that is a big one on the backlog, but I needed the 140 gigabytes back.
Okay,
this is I'm talking about this is my Xbox.
Okay, and it's an RPG, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Fallout 4.
Good guess. I could have slid in here. The runners up were Fallout, Starfield, or Cyberpunk 2077. None of those made it. I think the first RPG I'm going to tackle, we did talk about on this channel, is Dragon Age: The Veilguard. And I know it's not everyone's favorite game, but I think of all the big RPGs, I've been dying for a meaty fantasy RPG specifically, so like nothing futuristic, space, apocalyptic. So yeah. I just want a good fantasy RPG.
High fantasy, yeah.
High fantasy, and I think Dragon Age is the top of the list. One that I have, like, I mean, maybe like Dragon's Dogma 2 or Crimson Desert could have slotted into this spot as well, but I think those are a lot bigger. And to your earlier point, I need something a little bit smaller. So I think that like Dragon Age fits that gap of like, it's not too big. You can definitely run through it. It's going to save a lot of hard drive space. And I just want some high fantasy, man. And one of the previous game directors, I think, was on record this week. I forgot what podcast or where he was interviewed, but he said like very highly unlikely that Dragon Age will ever come back. And that's coming from one of the former, creators of Dragon Age. So I'm like, I just gotta see what did the downfall of Dragon Age, what did this game do so wrong that, so it is on my list, and I don't know if I can say I could beat it by year end, but I'll say definitely by like Q2 of next year. It's like,
Okay.
before March of next year, just to give myself a lot of time because there's some big meaty games coming out pretty soon.
I mean, yeah, we looked at the upcoming releases, and yeah, there are some really, really fantastic games coming out, and we might need a couple more sick days at work, man. I think.
Hey man, I got a hefty pool, so you may not see me in December.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, you know what? It's funny, and this is why Marco is my co-host. Because and I promise, I promise you to you listeners out there, Marco and we didn't share our lists with each other prior to this video. Normally we would. Normally we do share our lists, but we want to, legit reactions from both of us. And actually, my third game on the list is Dragon Age Origins.
There you go.
And this is coming off of our recent, well, not recent now, but our last BioWare video. Go check it out if you guys haven't already. I played through Dragon Age Origins a long time ago on the Xbox. I don't remember too much about it. And I do eventually want to play through Dragon Age 2 and then Inquisition as well. I've heard many good things about those games from you especially. And yeah, I think Dragon Age Origins, just like you said, I've been craving a good meaty RPG, and I think Dragon Age Origins would deliver. I remember what I've played was fun, but honestly, I don't know, like, depending on how well it runs and if it's too outdated, I might end up just watching a video on YouTube and I'm playing through Dragon Age 2. But we'll see.
Oh.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's a hot take because everybody says Origins is the one.
Know.
I mean, 2 has like really good combat, but like story wise, lore wise.
Yeah.
But okay.
It might end up. It might just be one of those games where I end up just chipping away at while I play other games. But you know what? I do hope to complete this game by, let's say, end of February of next year.
Okay. I mean, granted, I think there's 2 big high fantasy RPGs for this year. The one we've already got in Crimson Desert, which I've yet to start playing because I really want to, but I'm afraid to start that game because I know how big it is.
That game is
But then the
massive.
second one, it's like 200 hours, man.
It's insane. And it's good though. Like, I played through 25, 30 hours so far, and it's really good.
Yeah, I am itching to get into it, but I want to do something a little bit smaller. But no, the one I'm really, really probably like could be contender for Game of the Year if it's good is that Blood of the Dawnwalker in September. And yeah, between those 2 games, like, we're eating pretty good on the high fantasy RPG front, but I need something to bide my time before September, so I'll try to hit up Dragon Age soon. All right, my last game, and I had to. There's so, like, look, my backlog is probably 100 some odd games, as with everyone else. It was hard to boil it down to 3, but I felt like I need somewhat of a smaller indie type game so I can stop the allegations from Nick that I don't play any indie games and you only play AAA games.
It's true.
I have to beat the allegations somehow. So my last third slot is going to go to a smaller indie game. I think it's indie. I want to finally beat Stray, the cat game.
Yeah.
The post-apocalyptic.
Fair.
I don't even know how far I'm into the game, but like, I did enjoy my time with it. I just put it down because, yeah, gaming ADD, other things took my attention. But like, I was having fun with it. It was super cute. Like, I to your point, like, you just need something quick, not completely mindless, but like a little bit mindless.
Yeah, and it looks relaxing.
It's relaxing.
Less stressful.
Between all these other games and all my multiplayer games that I'm going right now, you just need to unwind and like, why not just be a cat, So
there you go.
So Stray is that I'll beat by year end. I probably got like 4 or 5 hours. I don't even know how long that game is supposed to be. I didn't look, but I'm a few hours in, so it can't be that much longer.
Yeah.
So excited to play Stray. that does it for our list. Before we wrap up, we'll go into housekeeping, but most importantly, want to hear from you all. What did you all think of our list? What's on your gaming backlog, and when are you committing to finally tackle those games that are highest on your list? Let us know in the comments below and your reactions to what our list was. But lastly, if you stayed this long, first of all, thank you. We appreciate you. We are a fairly new video game podcast on YouTube and Spotify, trying to start this community of gamers, and Nick and I are having a lot of fun doing this type of content. We'd love to hear from you, what you would like to hear from us, what topics you're interested in. We'll keep coming at you with the news every week, as well as other fun topics that come to mind. But the one thing we did want to announce, actually two things, is a reminder: we do have a kind of a giveaway. Once we reach 100 subscribers on YouTube, we'll be giving out a $20 game key for the platform of your choice. All you have to do is put a comment on any of our YouTube videos, and for a second entry, leave a comment on any of our episodes over on our Spotify channel. And while you're over there on Spotify, if you could leave us a star review, give us your honest thoughts, but all reviews help us and the algorithm for discoverability. And while you're here on YouTube, a like and a follow if you've enjoyed this content. But Nick, do you want to tell the audience a little bit about our streaming plans?
Yes. It's been a long time in the making. Super excited for this. Part of what Marco and I are doing right now with the podcast, we absolutely enjoy doing it. The podcast isn't going anywhere. But we do want to get a little more content out there for you guys. And what better way than to do some streaming where we can do some live interaction with you all. Our plan is to stream Mistfall Hunters when it releases, which comes out in a day or two. So, stay tuned. We'll be posting the links to our Twitch channels. We'll be live when Mistfall Hunters comes out, and hopefully we'll see you guys there. Thanks.
Yeah, work on the schedule. Once we have somewhat of a schedule lined up, we'll make a post on the YouTube channel so you can see it. But yeah, check us out on Twitch as you have time. But appreciate you all, and see you in the next video.